Welcome to the channel, The Awakening of the Chosen. I'm Gabriel. You, who have been chosen to be here today, need to know that something powerful is happening. A unique, rare energy capable of reshaping your spirit is upon us right now. And in the next few minutes of insight, you'll uncover hidden truths about this final supermoon, a force so intense it can amplify your desires or plunge you into spiritual chaos if you don't know how to navigate it. This moment is no coincidence. If you're here, it's because a higher purpose is calling you. But be warned, what you do or fail to do today could determine the trajectory of your energy for months or even years to come. There are dangerous practices draining your soul's power and blocking your divine connection, and I'm here to show you how to avoid them. Get ready to dive into a revelation that can shield your spirit and awaken your true strength. Don't blink, don't look away. This might be the most important warning you've ever received. There is a special, almost mystical time when the final supermoon arrives, when the universe seems to be working together to profoundly awaken us. It's more than simply a sight to see. It's an opportunity to connect our souls with the universe's greatest energies and a gateway to profound transformation. We may never have sensed the weight of every decision we make tonight. The grandeur of the world seems to be watching us intently and giving us the straightforward message that everything matters. And it does. For the heightened energy that surrounds us, every idea, feeling, and action becomes a point of confluence. This supermoon is a cosmic amplifier that reveals things that are often concealed in the darkest recesses of our souls, making it more than simply an astronomical occurrence. It seems as if a massive lens is trained on us, exposing both shadows that we would rather avoid and secret desires. Although handling this intensity is difficult, it is required. Consider this. Whatever we eat tonight is more thoroughly absorbed, both physically and spiritually. A seemingly innocuous discussion, a fleeting idea, or a news article you decide to read, all of these things contribute to your vibration, and the cosmos reacts. Thinking about the responsibility we have for our decisions is almost frightening, but it is also freeing because it allows us to take charge of our own lives. This supermoon serves as a potent reminder to me that nothing is unimportant. We sometimes undervalue the significance of little things in the hustle and bustle of daily life. We believe that a thoughtless phrase, a suppressed emotion, or even the information we take in online doesn't have much of an impact. However, even little decisions take on enormous proportions in the light of this supermoon. They mold our energy field and produce resonances that have the power to uplift or depress us. And to be honest, accepting this fact is difficult. We are programmed to behave automatically and to follow recurring patterns without considering if they are really beneficial to us. But tonight, the universe is asking us to be more conscious, more present, and pickier about what we let into our energy field. The notion that we are like spiritual sponges is both immensely intriguing and difficult. Everything is absorbed by us, including the energy of the locations we pass by, the vibrations of the surroundings, and the feelings of others around us. The intensity of this absorption increases during the supermoon. Our natural defenses seem to be momentarily reduced, making us more vulnerable and sensitive to the subtle energies around us. Depending on how we handle this event, it might either be a gift or a burden. It's an opportunity, I like to think, a unique opportunity to align our spirit with the highest vibrations and cleanse our energy. But care is required to do this. Attention is required, but not in the sense of living in terror, but rather in the sense of living intentionally. This supermoon is great since it doesn't need us to do anything. It only provides us with a magnified view of our identities, decisions, and the consequences of our choices. It is completely up to us what we do with this knowledge. We live in a world where a lot of things appear to be beyond our control, therefore this really speaks to me. However, tonight's supermoon serves as a reminder that, at our most basic level, we have the power to decide what we accept and what we reject. Though it may seem lyrical, the notion that cosmic energy is keeping watch, almost like a silent guardian, is a reality that is present in a wide variety of spiritual traditions worldwide. It is an observation in the sense of natural consequence rather than judgment. The world only reacts. He neither rewards nor punishes us. And this night's excitement amplifies that reaction. This is what you will get back if you let love, light, and better intentions into your energy field. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all your achievements, it feels like something essential is still missing? My name is Gabriel, and I've helped countless people like you discover the true spiritual power that resides within them. And today, I want to help you. If you feel like life is passing by while something important remains out of place, maybe it's time for an awakening. My audiobook, The Path of the Chosen, was created precisely for those who have reached this point. In this audiobook, I guide you to feel that enthusiasm for living in alignment with what truly matters, knowing that every step has meaning. Together, we'll transform your fears, traumas, and frustrations into powerful strengths that propel you to a new level of growth. Leave behind the feeling of spiritual isolation and find the peace of a true, constant connection with a greater energy that has always been by your side. Instead of fighting against what you feel, you'll learn to find purpose, serenity, and self-discovery to fill your inner world. This could be the beginning of a fuller, more meaningful life. I've seen it happen for so many others, and now it's your turn. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Click on the link pinned in the first comment and begin this journey with The Path of the Chosen. This is your chance to fill what's missing and finally live the life you deserve. I'll be waiting for you there. However, if you let negativity, diversions, and denser vibrations take over your life, these energies will also adhere to you, possibly in ways you won't realize right away. This problem has a very human quality. We are always dancing between light and shade, between deliberate action and instinctive reaction. This supermoon challenges us to pause, examine ourselves, and make decisions that are really consistent with our desired selves. I realize it's not an easy chore. Sometimes it is more comfortable to just give in to lethargy, since we are always being inundated with stimuli. The cosmos, however, demands more of us tonight. Even when the darkness seems simpler or more comfortable, he challenges us to have the guts to be picky and choose the light. I consider the supermoon to be a cosmic instructor of sorts. Although it offers us a chance to learn, it does not provide us with prefabricated solutions. An opportunity to look behind outward manifestations and uncover what is really influencing our energy, and in turn, our life. She then lets us choose how to use this information, just as a smart teacher would. This is very strong in my opinion. It serves as a reminder that we have the ability to make decisions even during our most trying times, to choose which things we want to change and which we choose to absorb. You are the steward of your own energy, if that's the one lesson I want everyone to remember from tonight. The universe is providing a special opportunity to realign with what is really important and to let go of things that are no longer useful. Seize this chance. Make a deliberate choice. Take in light. Be light. The supermoon tells us that energy is not something that just flows aimlessly. Rather, it is molded by our awareness, decisions, and intentions, both overt and covert. Tonight, things that we often overlook in our daily lives take on a greater spiritual significance. Consider the number of times you took automatic action today. Perhaps it happened when you were aimlessly browsing social media, listening to depressing conversations, or letting uncertainty and dread rule your thoughts. Now picture each of these activities, on this particular night, leaving a deeper impression on your energy field, similar to engravings made with this supermoon's light. We are up against this power, and to ignore it would be to miss a unique chance for change. I have personally been in circumstances when I failed to consider the consequences of my decisions. Little mistakes, such as having pointless disputes or consuming information that didn't align with my mission, ultimately depleted my energy in ways I didn't know until much later. But tonight is different. Habitual carelessness has no place. We are called to a greater degree of clarity and presence by the supermoon. It challenges us to consider why we do things as well as what we do. Are we only following the current situation, or are we really operating in a way that aligns with our values? Now is the moment to pause, think, and accept responsibility for whatever we decide to bring with us. And avoiding the bad isn't the only thing to consider. It also involves actively looking for things that uplift, nourish, and broaden our awareness. Everything, both positive and negative, will be amplified by the supermoon's influence. So why not choose what we want to enhance on purpose? This is a night to explore spiritually uplifting activities. Perhaps it's spending time in quiet, writing about your objectives, or meditating beneath the moonlight to re-establish a connection with your true self. Make the decision thoughtfully, no matter what. Give yourself permission to experience this energy's power and focus it on the things that are really important. The fact that this experience allows us to enter a level of spiritual closeness that is uncommon is among its most intriguing features. The supermoon forces us to confront both our strengths and our weaknesses. She serves as a reminder that humans are extraordinarily resilient and creative creatures in spite of distractions and challenges. Even the most difficult circumstances may be turned into chances for development by us. That is more evident tonight than ever before. Every decision, idea, and goal is like a seed sown in the rich soil of cosmic energy that has been extended. You may not even be able to see the manner in which what you sow now will blossom tomorrow. The idea of alignment is one that comes to me when I discuss this. Not just spiritual alignment, but whole body alignment, with the heart, mind, and soul all functioning in unison. Like a conductor, the supermoon's energy directs each of these components to produce a distinct and powerful symphony. Like any conductor, however, she relies on us to keep up with the beat and adapt to the music. And to do this, one must be present, pay attention, and be open to feeling and listening. There is no way to accomplish it quickly or superficially. It is a profound, almost meditative practice of being aware of our surroundings and inner selves. And maybe it's the thing about this moment that most affects me. He asks us to calm down, remove ourselves from the world's constant tumult, and re-establish a connection with what is really important. It serves as a reminder that, given the will and bravery to do so, we can always use external energy in a positive manner, regardless of how strong they may be. That does not imply that it will be simple. Looking within and facing our decisions, our shadows, and our habits is sometimes a painful task. However, it is exactly in this pain that we discover the most room for development. Beyond the masks, the diversions, and the commotion, we find our true selves there. Consider the supermoon as a cosmic mirror that reflects both the hidden and the visible world. She urges us to confront our realities, no matter how challenging, and turn them into motivation for change. It would be like ignoring a fantastic chance if you wasted this unique and valuable time. I understand that this may seem intense, even a little heavy, but it's crucial to keep in mind that the weight is proportionate to the significance of the issues involved. We are discussing nothing less than our spiritual development and our capacity to fit in with the bigger picture of what the universe has in store for us. And I'm here to share this message with you for just that reason. Because I really think that everyone has the capacity to use this energy for good, changing both their own lives and the world in which they live. The supermoon is more than simply an occasion. It is a summons to become the best, most enlightened versions of ourselves. And it begins right now with the decisions we make, the goals we establish, and the energy we choose to absorb and distribute. Tonight, if I could leave one message, it would be to have faith in your own abilities. Have faith in your capacity to handle this energy with bravery, grace, and wisdom. You underestimate how powerful, perceptive, and connected you are. All of these attributes are being enhanced by the supermoon's light, making them available for use on your path to self-discovery and development. Savor this moment. Although it's different, the effects you produce may be used long beyond this evening. The gateway to infinity is open in front of you. All you have to do is approach it with an open heart and purpose. In the light of this supermoon, the danger of unintentional diversions has never been more apparent. Chaos appears to have become the norm in our society. It's almost like a continuous background noise to which we have become unquestioningly used. We are constantly surrounded and invaded by social media, frightening news, and contentious conversations, often without our being aware of the true effects they are having on our energy field. But tonight, carelessness is not an option. The supermoon's enhanced energy turns even the smallest impulses into powerful forces that have the capacity to significantly alter who we are. Consider this. Each word you read, sound you hear, an idea you let develop inside of you, is like a seed being sown in rich soil. These seeds develop quickly under this moonlight, flowering into energy patterns that may affect not just your night, but also your subsequent emotional, mental, and spiritual states. This is the reason being vigilant is so important. What you take in tonight may shape who you are on a spiritual, emotional, and even intellectual level. It involves deliberately selecting the good rather than just avoiding the unpleasant. I can't help but think about how simple it is to let distractions get in the way. How often have you been caught up in a pointless debate or scrolled through an unending stream, taking in information that didn't benefit you? On an average day, this behavior would seem innocuous, but when this supermoon is present, it has far-reaching effects. Dense energies may enter your frequency via every unconscious decision you make, causing barriers and disconnections that may take some time to heal. What's even more concerning is that these distractions aren't necessarily external. They often originate inside of us as recurring ideas, unsolved anxieties, and doubts that we unknowingly feed. All of this is magnified tonight by the supermoon, which acts as if it were a mirror reflecting not only our deeds, but also our innermost desires. Although facing this process is difficult, it is essential, because each unintentional diversion we let is like a little fissure in our energy field, allowing forces to draw us away from our equilibrium and direction. If this supermoon teaches us anything, it's that energy comes after attention. Your energy will flow wherever you decide to concentrate your thoughts. And this flow is much more potent tonight, when cosmic energy is in a condition of extraordinary amplification. I would want to know where you are focusing your attention. Are you letting negative news, rumors, or stressful situations sap your energy? Or are you choose to feed your vibration with sources of inspiration, knowledge, and light? I prefer to think of this evening as a chance to recenter myself. Intentionality is more important than perfection. It's okay if you can't completely block out outside sounds or avoid distractions. Being conscious of your decisions and taking the necessary precautions to safeguard your mind and soul are crucial. Turning off your phone, avoiding discussions you know won't be healthy, or just taking a minute to be quiet with yourself and feel the energy of this supermoon and let it lead you to a place of better clarity and balance might all be part of this. Realizing that we have the ability to make our own decisions has a very potent effect. We are in charge of choosing what enters our energy field, even when there is confusion and distraction. And that choice has much more spiritual significance tonight. Every decision we make, no matter how little, is a creative act. We are continuously forming our energy, connecting ourselves with certain frequencies, and creating ourselves. This supermoon poses a simple but deep question. What are you now creating? This is a call to spiritual duty, in my opinion. It is an encouragement to be more thoughtful and intentional in our acts and intentions, not out of guilt or stress. We have the chance to intentionally pick what we choose to magnify in our life tonight, more than ever before. We have the ability to choose clarity over ambiguity, light over shade, and connection over separation. And that decision begins right now, with the things we choose to think, feel, and eat. As I think about this, I see how this message is a gift as well as a challenge. It's difficult because we have to stop letting things happen to us, confront our diversions, and take charge of our energy levels. However, it's also a blessing as it serves as a reminder that we are capable of change, that we may establish a place of calm, light, and equilibrium within ourselves, even in the middle of the world's craziness. And this force becomes much more accessible, almost tangible, under the supermoon's illumination. So make a smart choice tonight. Give yourself permission to tune in to higher frequencies and detach from outside noise. Look for things that uplift your vibration, broaden your awareness, and nurture your spirit. Due to the fact that it is ultimately what counts, the deliberate decisions you make to safeguard and cultivate your soul will determine who you are, not the fleeting diversions. Furthermore, these decisions have the capacity to change not just your night, but also your whole spiritual journey in the context of this supermoon. The most intriguing aspect of this experience is how it gives us a sense of power over our spiritual development that we sometimes overlook amid the commotion of daily existence. In addition to intensifying the energy that is already there, the supermoon also increases our ability to influence that energy. And it begins with the little choices we make, which we often undervalue. In fact, we are making a big step towards spiritual development when we decide to connect with energy sources that elevate our vibration. The key takeaway is that this procedure doesn't need to be intricate or magical. Being more cautious about the relationships you permit or the information you take in may help you safeguard your energy and prevent unintentional distractions. Perhaps this is a night to rediscover the joy of reading something uplifting, listening to music that makes you feel good, or even just taking a few minutes to meditate or think. These seemingly inconsequential actions have an exponential effect when seen through the supermoon's light. This, in my opinion, is a chance to keep in mind something essential. Spirituality is more than simply an ideal. We make a number of deliberate decisions every day to bring ourselves into alignment with what is uplifting and true. This is only made worse by the supermoon, which makes us examine our behavior and assess where our energy is going. Yes, it may cause discomfort. We often don't want to acknowledge that we let bad energy and distractions take over our focus. The beauty of this moment, however, is that it offers us the opportunity to shift and concentrate on the things that are really important. I have had times when I became painfully aware of how much I was letting other factors pull me away from my goals. And I can attest that breaking free from it is not simple. The world's diversions, particularly those that exacerbate our anxieties, inadequacies, and desire for outside approval, have a kind of magnetic pull. However, I've discovered that it's worthwhile to make every attempt to fend off these pressures and make a more thoughtful decision. Because every time we do this, we improve our relationship with our essence or inner self. This essence is something we need to carefully guard, as the supermoon's brightness reminds us. Think of your energy as a temple inside of you that must be revered and cared for. Unconscious distractions tonight are like intruders attempting to enter this room. You may choose to keep your vibration high and safe or open the door. Instead of living in dread or isolating oneself, this calls for deliberate action, making choices about what enters and exits your energy field. Additionally, this self-care is an act of respect for the cosmos and the energy it provides you with tonight, in addition to being an act of self-love. By safeguarding your frequency, you are making room inside of yourself to absorb the supermoon's enhanced cosmic energy. In turn, this helps everyone around you as well as yourself. Others may find inspiration in your positive energy and be motivated to follow suit. In the current supermoon light, you have a clear choice. You can either get lost in distractions, or you may discover yourself in awareness and calm. You have the option of connecting with the harmony that the cosmos provides or absorbing the turmoil. In actuality, this seemingly straightforward decision has the ability to influence not just the course of your evening, but also your whole life. Because we are forming our spiritual path one step at a time, every time we choose light over gloom. By doing this, we are communicating to the universe that we are prepared for something more significant and in line with our mission. We are announcing that we shall be co-creators of our world, rather than victims of the forces and situations that surround us. This remark is more than simply symbolic in the light of this supermoon. It is a potent vibration that reverberates across the universe and draws to us what is consistent with our best wishes. Make the most of this chance tonight. Avoid letting unintentional distractions overwhelm you. Make use of this time to establish a connection with reality, truth, and what feeds your spirit. Additionally, keep in mind that every little decision counts. Every deliberate act of enhancing and safeguarding your energy is a step closer to being the greatest version of yourself, living the life you want, and developing a closer relationship with the universe. You have the ability to change anything under this supermoon's light. Make good use of it. The world seems deeper, larger, and more near to something beyond our comprehension when illuminated by the final supermoon. Layers of reality that are often buried are revealed as if the boundaries that hold us rooted to the physical world start to fall away. Many spiritual traditions refer to this occurrence as the thinning of the veil between the realms, and it is both intriguing and difficult. There has never been a more obvious link between the spiritual and material worlds, but it is precisely this closeness that needs attention. The idea of the veil between realms is not only obscure. The concept that there are forces all around us that are normally invisible and distant is reflected in it. However, this barrier becomes so thin during cosmic occurrences like this supermoon that we may interact with energies of all frequencies, both dense and high. And this entails not only the existence of spiritual beings, but also the resurfacing of intense feelings, long forgotten memories, and traumas that we thought we had forgotten. Tonight serves as a potent reminder that our vibration and our connection to these subtle worlds are directly impacted by what we have inside us. We could have a strange emotional weight, a restlessness that is difficult to pinpoint. This is due to the possibility of low-frequency vibrations, such as repressed anguish or old phobias, coming to the surface. And although this could be unsettling, it's also a chance. What emerges now does so to be acknowledged, comprehended, and eventually freed, not to torment us. However, it's important to realize that we're not just coping with our own energy. We are more vulnerable to vibrations from individuals, surroundings, or even memories stored in certain locations while the veil is thinner. Tonight, a seemingly neutral area might serve as a gateway for forces that deplete or upset our energies. Under this moonlight, someone who ordinarily seems innocuous to us may send a vibration that is heavier than normal. It's intuition, not paranoia. And our intuition is precisely what ought to lead us tonight. During cosmic events like these, this sixth sense, which is often obscured by the cacophony of the contemporary world, becomes a trustworthy compass. The supermoon enhances our perception of the invisible and helps us pick up on subtleties of energy that we may otherwise overlook. Trust your intuition if you sense that someone or something isn't feeling quite right. This is your energy telling you to keep your equilibrium and defend yourself. Practices for spiritual protection have never been more important than they are now. Furthermore, they don't have to be intricate or ceremonial. Simply something as easy as setting aside some time for yourself, imagining a protecting glow around you, or simply avoiding individuals who you know drain your energy may have a significant impact. Setting boundaries that maintain your vibe is more important than creating walls that keep you apart. It is up to us to choose how we respond to this revelation, but the supermoon is not here to frighten or hurt. Rather, it is here to disclose and light what must be seen. This evening, in my opinion, is an invitation to genuineness. Everything that is concealed, both within and outside of us, becomes apparent when the veil is so thin. It is an exhortation to acknowledge both our brightness and our darkness, because we may access greater levels of insight, intuition, and healing, despite the vulnerability that this enhanced connection may entail. Tonight, the cosmos is closer than ever before, and its lessons are unmistakable. Pay attention, be deliberate, and respect the energy you possess. It is hard to overlook the fact that this veil thinning presents a chance for a profound spiritual bond with yourself as well as the cosmos. It's an opportunity to reconnect with the essence that we often lose sight of in the midst of the pressures of daily life, to listen to those aspects of ourselves that are typically drowned out by outside noise. Now is the moment to pay attention, feel, and let the universe's natural flow lead the way. We may choose to embrace or reject the unusual clarity that the supermoon affords us. I can also speak from my experience when I say that denying what is being disclosed simply makes the pain worse. Conversely, acceptance enables us to change. Whatever emerges tonight, whether it an energy pattern, a suppressed emotion, or simply an inexplicable feeling, it's happening for a purpose. It is a request to be acknowledged as something that can educate us and liberate us, rather than as something that defines who we are. The curtain between the worlds should be respected rather than feared under this moonlight. It serves as a reminder of the breadth of our existence, the interdependence of the visible and unseen, and our ability to intentionally and mindfully manage these forces. It serves as a reminder that we are still in charge of our own energy and can decide how we respond to the world around us, regardless of how thin the barrier is. Tonight, make the decision to trust your gut, guard your vibration, and be receptive to what the universe has to offer. As long as you are prepared to accept it with bravery and an open heart, the energy is here to help. This evening serves as a reminder of our accountability for our own energy field, in addition to testing our spiritual limits. The harmony between light and shadow is much more noticeable, even real, as the curtain between the worlds thins. Universal forces seem to be questioning us in our ears, whether we're ready to handle anything that has our energy signature. We are also encouraged to consider how we have preserved our spiritual space now more than ever. It is crucial to keep in mind that protective practices are about building a safe and balanced interior space, rather than erecting inflexible walls. Simple rituals like lighting a candle, establishing a clear objective, or engaging in mindful breathing are examples of this. Particularly on evenings like tonight, when everything looks more acute and exposed, every movement, no matter how little, has the capacity to stabilize our energies. A useful practice is to picture oneself in a golden or white light. This light serves as a reminder that we are greater than any external force, and also represents protection and our relationship with the Almighty. The supermoon also challenges us to reevaluate the settings and businesses we choose. Casual exchanges may become shockingly heated, and places that we often consider neutral can suddenly have an unexpected energy weight. When you go into a room or speak with someone, pay attention to how you feel. It's obvious that you should end the conversation or go away if anything seems off balance, or if you find that your energy is rapidly running down. Even while our intuition speaks to us often, today it is stronger and more audible than ever. The fact that dense energies are not always bad in the traditional sense is among the experience's most important insights. They often stand for facets of the world or ourselves that need care and restoration. We have the opportunity to respond to these vibrations with empathy and bravery, whether they come from a traumatic memory, an unexplained uneasiness, or even a challenging encounter. Uncomfortable situations may be turned into opportunities for spiritual development if they are approached with an attitude of learning and change. It's also critical to understand that even when the curtain is in tune, we have access to the universe's most noble and compassionate forces in addition to difficult energy. It's an opportunity to communicate with ancestors, spiritual mentors, or any other higher energy we may believe in. As long as we are prepared to ask for your assistance and make room for your direction, these presences are more reasonably priced and more eager to assist us. One effective technique to ground these high energies is to cultivate appreciation, which serves as a reminder that there is always light, even in the middle of turmoil. I find it fascinating that the experience of wearing a tuned veil can be both very personal and universal. Although everyone experiences and interprets this energy differently, we all have the chance to utilize tonight as a turning moment in our spiritual lives. It could be a time for reflection for some, and a call to action for others. However, the core remains the same: a chance to better connect with what is necessary, genuine, and real. Consciousness is the key to properly navigate this experience. Everything is amplified by super little energy, so our attention and purpose have an even bigger effect. Be mindful of every decision, every idea, and every emotion that comes up. Put aside your concerns about doing everything right or reaching a perfect spiritual condition. Tonight's true strength is in accepting the current moment for what it is, working with it mindfully, and being content with it. We are reminding ourselves that we are not alone in the SUPERMOON's light. On evenings like this, it becomes evident that the cosmos is there for us in ways we are often unaware of. In addition to safeguarding our energy, we can also benefit from the healing and transformational possibilities that tonight presents if we let this energy lead us, respect our emotions, and follow our instincts, and take the lessons you've learnt with you after the night is gone. Even if the veil may thicken once again, the growth and clarity you have gained will remain. Make use of this to bolster your spiritual practice, strengthen your connection with the universe and yourself, and keep in mind that you have the ability to move through the energies with bravery, purpose, and love, even during the most trying times. The last superlude serves as a reminder of our fundamental nature as strong, interconnected creatures with the capacity to create light even in the darkest of circumstances. Under the strong light of superlude, we are forced to face one of the most profound and most overlooked aspects of our existence, our never-ending need for approval from others. It seems as if this celestial occurrence revealed the aspects of ourselves that we would rather conceal, revealing not just our inner beauty, but also the wants and fears that keep us caught in vicious cycles of spiritual and emotional reliance. And tonight, more than any other, asks us to let go of these expectations and look for a more genuine alignment with our true selves. Approval is a fundamental human urge. We learn early on to look to other people for approval, whether that approval comes from acceptance, affection, or recognition. However, this reliance becomes not only apparent, but also unsustainable as the superlittle's effect is intensified. Tonight, every like on a post, every praise, and every outward show of approval, which often gives us a moment of respite, seems inadequate. This is due to the fact that the cosmic energy of the superlua demands sincerity, truth, and depth, and does not tolerate superficiality. And here's the important thing. We are really demonstrating our strength when we look for outside approval. Us are demonstrating to the world that he, not us, should decide our worth. And at a time like today, when the universe is giving us a unique chance for inner alignment and strengthening, this detachment separates us from our spiritual nature. In addition to shedding light on these processes, the superlection pushes us to change them. It challenges us to uncover the reality of our own self-approval and to give up the desire for acceptance from others. Consider this. Whenever we look for approval from others, we leave a gap that can never be fully satisfied. As external validation is erratic, transient, and dependent on variables outside our control. Internal approbation, on the other hand, which results from appreciating our own worth independent of other people's opinions, is enduring, strong, and very freeing. And we have the chance to start along the path to this liberation tonight, in the light of the superlel. It's not an easy path. It takes guts to confront our fears, to acknowledge when we compromise our true selves for approval, and to acknowledge that we often go to other people for what we need to discover inside ourselves. But the superlection presents us with just this situation. It demonstrates that our power lies not in other people's. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all your achievements, it feels like something essential is still missing? My name is Gabriel, and I've helped countless people like you discover the true spiritual power that resides within them. And today, I want to help you. If you feel like life is passing by while something important remains out of place, maybe it's time for an awakening. My audiobook, The Path of the Chosen, was created precisely for those who have reached this point. In this audiobook, I guide you to feel that enthusiasm for living in alignment with what truly matters, knowing that every step has meaning. Together, we'll transform your fears, traumas, and frustrations into powerful strengths that propel you to a new level of growth. Leave behind the feeling of spiritual isolation and find the peace of a true, constant connection with a greater energy that has always been by your side. Instead of fighting against what you feel, you'll learn to find purpose, serenity, and self-discovery to fill your inner world. This could be the beginning of a fuller, more meaningful life. I've seen it happen for so many others, and now it's your turn. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Click on the link pinned in the first comment and begin this journey with the path of the chosen. This is your chance to fill what's missing and finally live the life you deserve. I'll be waiting for you there. Acceptance, but rather in our capacity to completely embrace and approve of ourselves, flaws and all. The superlude, in my opinion, is a kind of cosmic tutor, a mentor who pushes us to elevate our consciousness and liberate ourselves from limiting norms. We don't have to prove anything to anybody, she reminds us, that our truth and essence are sufficient in and of themselves, and that when we connect with this reality, we become more robust, self-assured, and in tune with the global flow in addition to being spiritually linked. Our value parameters need to be redefined tonight, based on who we are, not on what we do or have accomplished, and it necessitates a sincere reassessment of our approval-seeking strategy. Are we letting our gut feelings and our core beliefs lead us, or are we letting other people's opinions dictate our decisions? The Superlelna light poses this question to us, and we are the only ones who can find the answer. It is found in solitude, self-reflection, and a connection to our core. And when we discover this solution, something remarkable takes place. We start to understand that genuine affirmation originates from our inner connection to the cosmos, rather than from the outer world. That the Superlude's light is lighting not just heaven, but also our souls, demonstrating to us that we are more than sufficient in our current state, and that we link ourselves with the cosmic truth that we are and always have been a part of something greater when we accept and approve of ourselves. It takes time for this shift to occur. It is an ongoing process of refocusing our energies, valuing ourselves, and believing in our gut feelings. However, we have a rare chance to make a big move in that direction tonight, with Superlua's increased enthusiasm behind us. To develop a closer relationship with our essence and to start releasing the bonds of outside affirmation. The most potent aspect of this change is that it helps everyone around us as well as ourselves. We exude an aura that encourages people to follow in our footsteps when we are in harmony with our truth and when we embrace who we are completely. We turn into beacons of boldness, sincerity, and brightness. And maybe the best gift we can give the world is this. So tonight, take advantage of the vitality that comes from searching within. Consider what is most important. What do you want to find, and why? Above all, keep in mind that you are already deserving, complete, and sufficient. Superlight only asks him to be himself. She doesn't want him to be flawless. Take this invitation. Accept your reality. Additionally, let your own light shine as brightly as the moon does. Something amazing happens when you accept this path of self-approval. The worry that often accompanies the pursuit of outside affirmation starts to fade. The drive to prove oneself, get acceptance, or live up to others' expectations becomes less intense. It is replaced with a quiet calm, a conviction that the only standard that counts is yours, that you are the only one who needs to feel in agreement with yourself. In the context of the Superlude, this accomplishment is not only a far-off concept, rather, it is a tangible, reasonably priced, and if given the chance, practically inescapable reality. We often forget that pursuing acceptance from others is like chasing the horizon. It's always shifting, and out of our grasp. We are constructing our identity on shaky foundations that are prone to unforeseen shifts when we base our values on what other people think. However, when we accept our inherent worth and discover fulfillment inside ourselves, we establish a strong foundation that will last no matter what happens outside of us. And the Superlua makes it abundantly evident that this shift in viewpoint is not just desirable, but also essential. Because every time we look for outside approval, we are inadvertently obstructing our connection to the global flow, the universe, and our nature. We are letting other people's opinions act as a bridge between us and our true selves. However, this intermediate is severed by the Superlua's light. It shines the path directly inside ourselves, demonstrating that we already own all we need and have always had. This does not imply that we do not cherish interpersonal relationships or instances of reciprocal acknowledgement. These interactions are significant, even lovely. However, they must be a reflection of our own approbation rather than their origin. Super Little pushes us to rethink these relationships and see validation encounters as a benefit, a reflection of the light that already shines inside us, rather than as need. To be honest, this change isn't always simple. Our culture continuously perpetuates the notion that our worth is determined by our actions, accomplishments, or the opinions of others. This dynamic is exacerbated by social networks in particular, which produce a never-ending loop of looking for likes, followers, and acceptance. The reminder that none of this is real, however, provides us with an antidote to this trap in Super Little. The link to our true selves, the cosmos, and the truth that transcends all outward confirmation is what is genuine. Something within of us shifts when we recognize this. We start to travel the globe more freely and authentically. We no longer have to conform to expectations or standards that don't accurately reflect who we are. We no longer have to look for approval or fear condemnation. Rather, we can just be. And since it readily and instantly links us to universal energy, its simplicity is very potent. This link is further elucidated in the Super Little light. The cosmos seems to be telling us, you are enough. You deserve it. You are whole just the way you are. And when we really absorb this message and accept it, something amazing occurs. Our vibration increases, our energy shifts, and we become more capable of realizing our greatest aspirations, because we are at last in harmony with the reality of who we are. Additionally, this alignment changes how we relate to the outside world as well as to ourselves. We become more genuine in our relationships, more certain in our decisions, and more committed to the mission we have come to pursue when we are grounded in our self-approval. And this has a cascading effect, encouraging others to follow suit, to discover their own light and truth. Allow the energy of conquering the guide to return to you tonight. Let go of the norms that restrict it, the anxieties that hold it, and the need for outside acceptance. Have faith that by doing this, you are creating space for something much more important and expansive. You are rediscovering your true self, the light that has always been inside you, just waiting to shine. And carry that light with you after the night is over. Keep in mind that the reality of self-approval is something you already own and just need to acknowledge. It is not something you must attain. Make use of this fact as your compass, your source of power, and your link to the cosmos. Because ultimately, the superlection is lighting you, demonstrating that you are already what you need to be, rather than just illuminating the sky. Have faith in that. Embrace this, and let your light shine because it is who you are, not because the world needs to see it. This superlection has a strong, almost tangible energy, and your presence electrifies the atmosphere. Its influence is undeniable. It is a force that envelops us, supports us, and often tests us. However, it has to be treated with care and respect, just like any other powerful energy. We cannot indiscriminately consume this energy without suffering repercussions. The same force that energizes and inspires us may swiftly overwhelm us if it is not used with balance and purpose, depleting our vitality and leaving us spiritually weary. Consider the overlooked energy to be a lightning strike, a phenomena of unparalleled beauty that, if not properly directed, may also be very devastating. It is simple to feel invincible on evenings like these, carried away by a surge of motivation, ideas, and urges. However, there is a limit to this spiritual power, and going beyond it might wear you out. In addition to providing us with this power, the universe requires us to utilize it deliberately so that we are not overcome by the unbridled joy that often follows bursts of high energy. It is quite dangerous to dive headfirst without paying attention to your equilibrium. When we don't know how to channel it, what starts out as a surge of imaginative and energizing energy may turn into restlessness, worry, and even an emotional void. Many of us have been there before, feeling excited at first, then suddenly feeling exhausted, as if we've used all of our energy on just one breath. The possibility of this dynamic is increased tonight in the superlight, which emphasizes the need of exercising prudence and self-awareness. The urge to want to accomplish everything at once is one of this energy's greatest obstacles. We may feel as if we can do anything because of the superlection's intensity, yet this is a subtle trap. We wind up losing concentration and squandering the potential of this moment when we attempt to disperse our energies in several ways. Doing better, not more, is the true secret to savoring this enthusiasm, directing this energy into purposeful endeavors and objectives that really speak to our souls rather than fleeting diversions or impulsive behaviors. And how can we achieve this equilibrium? Consciously managing our energy is the solution. Self-awareness, or the capacity to acknowledge and respect our own boundaries, is the first step in this process. The goal is to channel our energy so that it empowers us rather than consumes us, not to stifle it. Maybe this entails focusing on just one assignment or objective tonight, rather than attempting to embrace everything. Orient. Maybe it is setting apart time for reflection and quiet, letting the divine energy slowly and steadily fill us. Anchoring is another important factor. We must be anchored in order to handle the strength of this cosmic energy, just as a tree needs solid roots to develop. We may avoid getting carried away by the tide of emotions and urges by engaging in simple activities like meditation, aware breathing, or simply taking a stroll in the outdoors. We have a fantastic chance to develop in Superlua, but we can only do it if we are rooted in our own truth. Tonight, in my opinion, is also an invitation to deliberate rest. It's a common misconception that having a lot of energy means you have to be moving all the time. Rest is a tremendous instrument to absorb and digest the energy we receive. It is not a sign of weakness. Even during intense moments, slowing down is a self-care practice that preserves our energy and gets us ready to enjoy it to the fullest tonight. We are also reminded by this moonlight that not all energy must be absorbed. Choosing carefully what we let into our field is crucial. We may shield our energy body from negative influences in the same way that we shield our mind and spirit from detrimental diversions. Seeing the world as a light barrier, or making a conscious decision to only take in good and constructive information, may have a big impact. Last but not least, today shows us that maintaining equilibrium is a constant decision rather than just a practice. Am I using this energy so that it lifts me or so that it drains me? Is a question that we may ask ourselves at every moment. By doing so, we create room for intentionality and conscious choice, which gives us power over our experience. Super little energy is a gift, a neutral energy that magnifies everything it encounters. It is neither good nor harmful in and of itself. How we make use of this gift is up to us. We have two options. We can let him overwhelm us, or we can learn to work with him to transform it into something that inspires us, empowers us, and helps us connect with the world and our essence on a deeper level. The super little message tonight is quite clear. Make good use of this energy. Be mindful of your limitations, yet have faith in your capacity to develop. Instead of using this power for passengers, focus it on what really counts. Because we are not only safeguarding our energy, but also maximizing our potential when we strike a balance between inspiration and aim, intensity and rest. Super little is here to lighten our path, not to drain us. And when we achieve this equilibrium, we not only receive this energy, but also contribute to the creation of something quite remarkable. The super little energy is a real manifestation doorway. Our goals, ideas, and feelings are magnified under its bright light, reverberating throughout the cosmos with a peculiar energy. The universe seems to be paying close attention and prepared to respond to whatever questions our souls may have. Being clear, conscious, and in line with what we really want to bring into our life is a huge responsibility that comes with this unique and potent possibility. The first thing to keep in mind this evening is that the manifestation's energy is universal. Whatever you put into the cosmos will be mirrored back with twice the intensity, whether it's a desire laced with doubt and fear or an intention of love and progress. Super Little begs us to be very cautious about our intentions because of this. Is this a place of real, on purpose, or is it a response to unresolved wounds, insecurities, or selfish motivations? Is a question we should ask ourselves before we jump to materialize anything. Like a magnifying glass, the Superlua's enhanced cosmic energy reveals every nuance of our wishes. Cracks that are present, destructive behaviors, buried trauma, or mismatched motivations will widen and may have unanticipated repercussions. Impulsively manifesting without first purifying our aspirations is like sowing seeds in unfructable ground. Even if they may develop, they won't be healthy, and the outcome could not be what we were hoping for. Thus, tonight is about reflection rather than only wanting. Does it really fit me? This is aligned with my greatest good? Is it something that will contribute to my spiritual evolution, or is it being driven for a momentary need for validation or control? Are tough but necessary questions to ask as you examine yourself and the reasons behind your desires. Super Little encourages us to bravely confront these responses, since only then will we be able to express in an authentic and unambiguous way. The process of purifying our intentions is simple, yet it calls both honesty and presence. Before connecting with the cosmic energy, we may need to write out our desires, meditate for a little while, or just make a sincere and explicit purpose. Something miraculous occurs when we do this. Our wishes transform from ideas into strong vibrations that harmoniously resonate with the cosmos. Additionally, the manifestation becomes more substantial and long-lasting when we are in harmony with this frequency. Impatience is another typical pitfall that the overlooking cautions us to avoid. In your light, we may have a sense of hurry to have everything right now, and to look for results right away without taking into account the time and space required for our aspirations to materialize in a healthy manner. However, the process of manifestation involves both faith and production. It involves sending intention into the cosmos and then waiting for the appropriate response. Hurrying or forcing the process simply serves to detour us from the cosmic energy's natural flow and cause resistance and worry. Super Little also serves as a reminder tonight of how crucial it is to match our intentions with our actions. Wishing for something is not enough. Action is required to get it. The process of manifestation is a dance between action and intention, between imagining what we desire and taking proactive measures to bring it to pass. Consider it like planting a seed. You can't just toss it on the ground and hope it grows on its own. We must hydrate, care for, and feed. Our motives are no different. They must be fed by activity, commitment, and faith. Above all, the superlenary encourages us to have faith in the cosmos. We often get so focused on a particular outcome that we lose sight of the universe's broader perspective and bigger design for us. Perhaps what we need is not precisely what we desire, or perhaps something greater is on the horizon. When we trust, we allow the universe to act on our behalf and lead us to what is really in line with our purpose and identity. In this context, we are urged to keep in mind that manifestation is about becoming the vibration of what we want, rather than just drawing things to us. We must learn to love if we want to receive it. We must develop an abundant mindset if we want to experience wealth. Being in line with what we want to attract is crucial because Super Little magnifies both our intentions and our energy. And take the lessons she taught you with you when tonight ends. Continue to purify your aspirations, match your objectives with your actions, and have faith in the process. The benefits of what you produce today might remain for a long time, yet Super Little energy can be fleeting. Make wise use of this chance. This is an era of profound and potent creation, transformation, and alignment with the cosmos. Super Little is here to serve as a reminder of our ability to influence our own lives. However, this authority also carries the need to use it with purpose, clarity, and intention. Be mindful, cautious, and have faith that the universe is hearing you and is prepared to work with you as long as you are in alignment with the most authentic version of yourself and your goals. Magic starts inside of you, and now is the moment to create it. SOB. In the superlude strong light, the past resurfaces like an old friend, bringing back memories we may have thought were faded. They appear out of nowhere, encased in a captivating aura, and invite us to relive significant events in our lives. While some of these recollections are pleasant, comforting, and filled with desire, others may bear burdens we have long avoided. This is the essence of the call from the past during the super little, an invitation to reflect on the past, but with a more comprehensive goal than just reliving the past. This is a sensitive and powerful energy. The resulting nostalgia may be alluring, presenting the past in softer than true tones and producing a false feeling of security. It is easy to get engrossed in these moments, idealizing them and arresting the things we cannot alter. The super little cautions us, however, that the past is a tool for comprehension, education, and personal development, rather than a place to call home. This is a call to go forward more intelligently and clearly, not to give up. These recollections often carry with them emotions and ideals that still need attention. Because we never confront them directly, they can be old traumas that have never fully healed, or patterns that recur throughout our lives. These problems become unavoidably apparent in the super brightness's magnified brightness. They seem to provide us an opportunity to confront and liberate them, rather than to punish or overwhelm us. This is an opportunity to inquire, what is this memory trying to teach me? What part of me is still attached to it? And how can I release this energy to move on? And that's just what super little gives us, a chance to change. We may face these memories with compassion and bravery, rather than as something to avoid or be afraid of. We may respect the lessons they taught us, acknowledge their influence on our lives, and then let them go. Although it is a difficult process, it is immensely. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all your achievements, it feels like something essential is still missing? My name is Gabriel, and I've helped countless people like you discover the true spiritual power that resides within them. And today, I want to help you. If you feel like life is passing by while something important remains out of place, maybe it's time for an awakening. My audiobook, The Path of the Chosen, was created precisely for those who have reached this point. In this audiobook, I guide you to feel that enthusiasm for living in alignment with what truly matters, knowing that every step has meaning. Together, we'll transform your fears, traumas, and frustrations into powerful strengths that propel you to a new level of growth. Leave behind the feeling of spiritual isolation and find the peace of a true, constant connection with a greater energy that has always been by your side. Instead of fighting against what you feel, you'll learn to find purpose, serenity, and self-discovery to fill your inner world. This could be the beginning of a fuller, more meaningful life. I've seen it happen for so many others, and now it's your turn. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Click on the link pinned in the first comment and begin this journey with The Path of the Chosen. This is your chance to fill what's missing and finally live the life you deserve. I'll be waiting for you there. Freeing. Because when we let go of the past, we create space for the future, for development, and for the unknown that the universe is waiting to present to us. But balance is necessary for this trip. Though it's a useful exercise, it's crucial to avoid being engrossed with the past. Every memory that resurfaces is a mirror of the past, not the present. The Super Lelna urges us to be grounded in the present, even if it is easy to mistake the echoes of the past for the present. Because we have the ability to make decisions, adapt, and develop in the here and now. Magic occurs in the present, yet the past serves as a teacher. Take a minute to yourself that evening. As memories come to mind, give yourself permission to experience them completely without passing judgment. View them with empathy, acknowledging both their significance and their fleeting nature. Once you've determined what they can teach you, give thanks to these events and let them go. Imagine them like leaves that follow their path and have a function as they are moved by the wind. Your spirit may become incredibly lightened by this little act of emancipation, which will enable you to better connect with the present. And this process has a really lovely quality. By shedding the past, we are not simply relieving ourselves from their emotional load. We are also reconnecting with our soul. We are keeping in mind that although our experiences have influenced who we are, they do not define us. It is hard to overlook the clarity with which Superlights illustrates this fact. She encourages us to accept who we are right now, flaunting our successes, our wounds, and everything in between. This process of introspection and letting go also sets us up to accept what is ahead. We have made room for the new in our hearts, thoughts, and energies by letting go of things that have already served their function. It's similar to clearing out an old room and replacing it with something new and colorful. And since the universe is constantly watching, it fills this area with experiences, relationships, and opportunities that fit with who we are right now. Honor the call of the past on this superlude night, but don't let it get to him. Let these recollections serve as your compass rather than your compass. Use them as a mirror to assess your level of maturity, accomplishments, and readiness for the future. Take it with this sense of lightness, freedom, and potential as the Superlection's light starts to fade. Because letting go of the past is creating space for a new tale to be written, not simply ending a chapter. In the light of its own truth, power, and clarity, the tale starts now. Ironically, the Superlection's bright and potent light also puts a pall of doubt over our life. It seems as if she asked us to delve within, where we don't always find definitive answers, when she was at her brightest. This is the haze that surrounds the spirit of tonight, a sense of confusion, of questions left unanswered, of steps made in the dark. However, this fog is really a calling, and not a sign of weakness or mistake. An exhortation to believe in something bigger, to trust, and to give up control even when the future seems unclear. The supermoon has a special ability to magnify our uncertainties and fears. We are forced to face places where our faith may be undermined when things that we often ignore or suppress gain fresh power. This may be unsettling or even frightening. Few of us are prepared to acknowledge that we feel lost, yet it's almost hard to get out of it. It may seem like a failure to be unsure of where to go or what to do, but in reality, it is an invitation. An invitation to pause, take a deep breath, and pay attention to our intuition's voice. Tonight's spiritual haze is a test of faith rather than perseverance. The supermoon pushes us to let go of our craving for dominance and our belief that we must always have the answers. She reminds us that faith is about moving forward, even when we cannot see the end goal, not about having a clear vision of the way ahead. The real strength of faith lies not in certainty, but in the readiness to go, believing that the universe is on our side, even in the face of uncertainty. At this point, intuition becomes our most trustworthy compass. This mental link is more subtle, but it is also stronger and easier to reach during the supermoon. It could manifest as a feeling, a sensation, or an almost imperceptible tug in one way, rather than as a clear answer or solution. It takes bravery and experience to trust this, because faith, like intuition, is not a guarantee. It just asks us to trust the process as it leads us to the next moment and step. Despite the seeming paradox, I consider this mist to be a blessing. When everything is obvious and the route is well lit, trusting is simple. However, it is in the midst of uncertainty and darkness that we are really pushed to fortify our faith, our relationship with God, and our self-confidence. The supermoon places us there to serve as a reminder that the road is there even when we are unable to see it. The cosmos is on our side, even when we feel alone. There is a higher order at work even when it all seems chaotic, one that we may not be able to completely comprehend right now. True power tonight is in believing rather than knowing. By recognizing the fog's existence as a necessary part of the process, you may remain in the middle of it without resisting it or attempting to clear it. The purpose of the fog is to educate us to proceed more deliberately, consciously, and cautiously, not to stop us. It serves as a reminder that the spiritual journey is a dance between light and shade, between clarity and mystery, rather than a straight line. It's also critical to keep in mind that this experience is not a kind of punishment. The supermoon is here to fortify us, not to put us to the test in the conventional sense. To make us understand that genuine clarity comes from believing that every step will lead us precisely to where we need to go, not from seeing the whole road. The courage to keep going even when our innermost desires to pause and seek confirmation is the real strength of faith. Remember that you are not alone if you feel lost tonight. This emotion is a natural byproduct of the path, of the process of development and change. Additionally, this confusion is a fantastic chance to strengthen your bonds with the cosmos, yourself, and your intuition. To understand that you have all you need to proceed, even in the face of uncertainty. That you already possess the light you're looking for. You only need to have the faith to pursue it. The supermoon is asking you to rethink how you relate to your religion tonight, as something that arises from acceptance, surrender, and faith in the unknown, rather than something that needs evidence or assurance. And you'll see that it was a teacher rather than a barrier when that fog starts to clear, as it always does. She was there to lead him back to himself, to his power, to his brightness, not to stop him. Perhaps the most important lesson learned today is that genuine clarity lies not in what we can see, but rather in what we can feel, believe, and trust. The lessons learned will endure even when the fog clears, and you will be stronger, more connected, and more equipped to walk with confidence and purpose as the way ahead presents itself once again. Because religion is ultimately about trust, not knowledge. And this is one of the best abilities we may develop while the supermoon is shining. Like a cosmic mirror, the supermoon's brilliant brightness unavoidably reflects our nature. It removes the masks we put on every day and the lies we tell ourselves and the outside world, revealing just the real, unvarnished, and authentic. This is a turning point, the end of a spiritual journey that forces us to face not only our finest qualities, but also our hidden ones. It is a unique and incredibly transforming chance to discover and accept our true selves. Everything that is out of balance becomes clear in this light. The behaviors, habitual habits, and restricting patterns that prevent us from being real are relentlessly brought to light. Because we often cling to these aspects of ourselves for safety, and because they offer us a false feeling of control, this may be awkward, even unpleasant. However, the supermoon is here to liberate us, not to condemn us. And in order to do this, we must confront these realities with compassion and bravery. However, this light also highlights our inherent talents, capabilities, and gifts that we may have undervalued or ignored. She serves as a reminder that we are much more than our shortcomings, faults, and fears. Light and darkness are dynamically balanced inside us, and it is precisely this duality that gives us our humanity and completeness. Deep self-acceptance is required to acknowledge and embrace this, and the supermoon gently leads us on this journey. Perfection is not the point of this experience with truth. It's not about making all the changes at once or attempting to be someone we're not. It's a moment to reflect, to acknowledge our accomplishments, and to acknowledge the areas in which we still need to improve. It involves examining ourselves truthfully, without bias, and asking, what about me is helping me grow? And what is holding me back? Not as a critique, but as a chance for development. We are encouraged by the supermoon to build on this clarity as we embark on the next phase of our life. Because when we fully embrace who we are, both the strong and the weak, the good and the difficult, we build a solid foundation for significant change. We cannot alter what we do not acknowledge, and this evening offers us the opportunity to observe everything and get a deeper understanding of ourselves than we may have previously permitted. Many people may find this procedure intimidating. We are not used to being vulnerable enough to face the truth about ourselves. However, this vulnerability has amazing strength. True change is possible when we give ourselves permission to be really honest with ourselves. The cosmos is being told, I'm ready. I'm ready to grow, to change, to be the most authentic version of myself. The supermoon provides us with the opportunity to be born again, a rebirth that incorporates all and completes us, rather than one that disregards the past or seeks to remove the aspects of ourselves that we see as flawed. It's time to take a fresh look at ourselves and acknowledge our perseverance, attractiveness, and power. Must understand that despite our weaknesses, we still possess strength, potential, and something really precious. Bring this clarity with you as this evening draws to a close. Make use of it to create a fresh spiritual chapter that is authentic to your actual self. This is an opportunity to start again, to create something new, to be someone new, regardless of where you've been or what you've encountered. The supermoon's light serves as a reminder that there is always time to change the course of history, connect with our true selves, and live authentically. Additionally, keep in mind that the supermoon's brightness is a mirror of your own light and truth as you gaze up at the sky. It serves as a reminder that all you need is already inside you, because the clarity it provides is something that has always been, only waiting to be found, rather than something that is external. Recognize this fact, give her a hug, and let it lead you boldly, confidently, and with the conviction that you are just where you should be as you embark on the next phase of your adventure.